Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the lecture 65 of Management and Subject. So, we are now discussing the Unit 4, right? So, we are discussing the Unit 4. So, in this Unit 4, we are on the second topic. So, in the last class, in the lecture 64, we have discussed about what is the basic concepts of project management, why we have to do the project management, and for which categories we are doing project management. In this session, we'll discuss about what are the roles of a project manager in any project management and what are the steps to be taken while doing any project management topics, right? So if you see the responsibilities of project management, so what are the various responsibilities of any project manager in a firm, right? So whatever the industry is in a medical industry, is in a medical field, or is in a construction field, or is in oil and refineries, or is in any sort of business, or is in any sort of project work. So any person who is playing the role of a project manager, they has to start doing the research on this project management. What are the responsibilities to be taken by a project manager while dealing any project, right? The first point is he has to thoroughly see all the aspects of the project, right? Thoroughly, they have to see all the aspects of the project, soliciting the active involvement in of all the functional areas involved. So, in the project work, what are the major functional areas? What are the technical areas? What are the other financial areas? Everything should be involved and he has to take a active participation, right? So functional areas in order to obtain and maintain a realistic plan that satisfies their commitment for performance, right? So a manager has to see all the positive activities, all the functional operational activities involved in any project, and he has to make an active involvement in it to maintain a realistic plan that satisfies the commitment for performance. That is the first thing he has to take care for the responsibility. Next, the second point is to control the organization of manpower needed by the project. So he has to control the organization of the manpower needed for the project. For example, if you are doing any construction building, then you have to see the manpower, you have to see the material, you have to see the money. So like this, you have to control the manpower which are needed for any project. How many people are required? So how many people for the morning shift? How many people for the evening shift? All right. So like this, you have to take the manpower depends upon the project. Next, third point, to control the basic technical definition of the project, ensuring that technical versus cost trade-offs determine the specific areas where the optimization is necessary. So in a project, whenever you are doing any work, which is a physical work or it is a paper work, you have to see for optimization. Means wherever the cost is required, you have to put the cost. Wherever the cost is more, you have to reduce the cost, depends upon the technicalities. Depends upon the technicalities. For example, if you see the movie production. So who is a investor for the movie? Producer is an investor for the movie. Then producer is himself doing a project work, that is a movie. So depends upon the budget of a movie, depends upon the commitment given by the producer. He has to bear all the expenses, technical versus cost, and he has to optimize wherever it is necessary. So unnecessarily, you should not waste the technology or cost whenever you are doing the project. So wherever it is needed, you have to keep the things. Next, next responsibility for the project manager is to lead the people to, to lead the people and the organizations assigned to the project. Okay, to lead the people and organizations assigned to the project at any given point in the time, at any given point in the time. Next, strong relationship must be exercised in order to keep many disparate elements moving in the same direction into the cooperative, right? So to lead the people and organization assigned by the project at any given point of time, and also you have to make the positive relationship, positive leadership exercise in order to keep many disparate elements moving in the same direction of the cooperative, right? Next, fifth one, to monitor the performance, monitor the performance, cost, and efficiency of all the elements of the project. So the manager has to check, the manager has to check the performance, comma, the capital, the efficiency of all the elements of the project. So whatever the elements you are having in the project, technical elements, financial elements, other elements, whatever the elements you are having in the project, he has to monitor each and everything, the efficiency as well as the cost. And the project as a whole exercising judgment and relationship leadership in determining the causes of problems and facilitating the solutions. So not only checking or not only monitoring the problems, not only monitoring the work, but the manager has to give the correct judgment, and the manager has to justify which one is correct, which one is wrong, right? So only keeping the money is not the thing. So the role of a manager has to judge and give the leadership statements, whether to get the solution or to solve the solution, right? So he should become a facilitator, right, in order to get the solutions. Only seeing by from the other end, only seeing from the top end is not the role of a project manager. He has to see the core problems in the project and he has to rectify it in by proper facilitating the topics, right? So we have to give the proper facilitation to the solutions. Then only other people or other things will be going on in any project work, right? So he should be the judgment. He should be the judge, and he should have some leadership qualities in order to solve the problems. Right. Next point. To complete the project on schedule and within the cost. Schedule means the time. So ఇచ్చిన టైంలో ఇచ్చిన అమౌంట్తో we have to complete the project. That is the main responsibility of the manager. So whatever the amount one person is spending the amount, other person is doing the job. That is a very risky thing. For example, if you take an example in the movie industry also, so director will keep on doing the scenes in the movie. So the producer is the person who is keeping the amount investment the movie. Then the director should not waste the time and also the money by keep on prolonging the movie. Why? Because so it is a wasting of money and time for some other people, right? So that's why the project manager has to complete the project within a given time and within a given amount. These being the overall standard by which the performance of the project manager is evaluated, right? So by this we can say whenever the manager is optimizing the time, optimizing the money, optimizing the schedules, and completing the project within a given time, we can say the manager is an efficient manager, right? Like this, these are the main roles to be played by any project manager in any project. It may be the software project, it may be the construction project, it may be a business project, or it may be a personal project like this. Okay, next. The next topic to be discussed is what are the basic steps in project management, right? So what are the main steps to be considered for this project management? We'll discuss in this slide. Now, managing a project, right, with respect to the size and complexity requires identifying every activity to be undertaken and planning when each activity must be given the end in order to complete the overall project on time. Typically, all projects involve the following steps. So what is this one is saying here? So managing a project is an art, right? So whatever the size of a project, whatever the complexity of a project, it requires some of the planning. It requires some of the planning and execution in order to complete the project at a given time. So for any project, whatever you take, for example, in the last class, I've said about the types of project, the various areas of the project. That is business projects, personal projects, industrial projects, right? Take any type of project. Okay. So if you take any type of project, all projects involves the following steps. Then what are the steps involved? The first one. The first one is describe the project. Okay, na? First we have to describe the project. So we have to show the description of a project to the client or yourself, right? So describe the project in detail. Next one, develop a network model. So after getting the full information about the project, how to do, when to do, what to do, where to do, then you have to develop a network model. So once if you see the model, then automatically you can understand what's going on. Okay. Next, insert the time estimates. Insert the time estimates. Next, analyze the model. So what you have to do, describe the project. So first you have to give the description about the project. Like for example, if you are going to any uh, real estate, right? If you want to purchase any plot in any uh, big society, right? Big gated community. So if you go there, what does the manager or a supervisor will do? He will describe the project. So this is so and so gardens. In this layout, we are planning so and so apartments. Here it comes the park. Here it comes the residential houses. Here it comes the apartments. Like this, he will describe the project. Then next one is developing a network model. So he will show a 3D or 2D layouts, right? 3D or 2D layouts, and he shows this is a development for the place given. He will show the network model means, so this is a model of a house, right? This is a model of a house. From here, this is a view. From the top view, this is a view. So like this, he will show the network model. Next, third one, insert time estimates. Insert time estimates. So what is this one? Insert time estimates. For example, if the layout is shown, so your main road is here. From this main road, you are having a sub road to enter into the layout. So you are taking from here to distance from here. From here, it is a 1 kilometer. Inside, you are having 500 meters distance to moving different areas. So like this, he will prepare the estimation of the time, right? So from here to here, if you go, the time taken is 10 minutes. If you move from here to here, it is 5 minutes. From here to main road, it is 1 kilometer. So like this, they have to make some time estimates. Next, analyze the model. Analyzing means once you have seen all the describing the project, developing how it is developing, and what is the time estimate, you have to analyze the product. To analyze the model. Analyze the model means you have to see the pros and cons, good and bad in the project. Next, developing a project plan. Once you came to understand the minimum basics of any project or the things what is saying, you have to develop your project plan. When to start the plan, how to approach, when to complete it. Right? So like this, you have to develop a plan. Next, periodically assess the progress of the project. So for example, once you purchased a layout, once you purchased a open area in any venture, then what you have to do, periodically you have to access the progress of the project. So you have to see, you have purchased in the January 2020. So after purchasing of 6 months, you have to just visit the place, or you have to know what is the progress of the project, whether it has been going up or it has been going down or it is in the same place, right? Next, and repeat the steps 2 6 as needed. So once you have done the access, once you have done the assessment, again you have to go for the same steps till you get the profit. So like this, these are the basic steps which are involved in any type of project analysis. That is a network analysis. That is a PERT process or CPM process. So if you take any type of network analysis, so these are the 6 basic steps which are commonly used, right? ఒకసారి మీరు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ప్రాబ్లం కానీ ఒకసారి మీరు ప్రాబ్లం కానీ చేస్తే వాట్ ఎవర్ ద టాపిక్స్ థియరీ యూఆర్ సేయింగ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ 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 ఈజీ. ఓకేనా? డోంట్ గెట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్ హియర్. Next, the terminology is used in the network diagram. So ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఇక్కడ network diagram, network model వేస్తాం కదా, so for this, the what are the main technical terminologies which are used in this network diagram, we'll see now. Here, first one is activity. First one is a activity. An activity means doing a work or a job. Means okay, an activity ante it is doing a work or doing a job. It is the time consuming process. Ante kada. So whenever you are doing any job, whenever you are doing any work in your home, so it's simply you are wasting your time. It is represented by an arrow in the network diagram like AOA, right? AOA system. What is AOA system? Activity on arc. Other one is an activity on a node. Now see the difference between the activity and the event, right? So if you see the activity on arc, AOA, so one, keep it as a circle, right? This one is showing some arrow, right? Next. So if the event is a 2, second event, you are showing towards the 3. Now 3 is a event facing towards the event 4. This type of diagram is nothing but AOA network analysis. So here you are keeping A, B, and C. So this is one type of AOA network. And what is AON network? So ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే same, instead of keeping A outside, you are keeping A inside and terming this as a activity. This one is a B is an activity. So these are facing towards a C, which is an activity. Understood? Right. Next one is event ante enti. An event is a specific instant of time marks the start and the end of an activity. So event means, for example, you are having a marriage event. So in a marriage event, what is the time taking? What is the starting of the time? What is the ending of the time? That is the event. Activity means doing some work in the event. అర్థమైందా? Activity means doing some work in the event. అంటే activity is a subset of the event అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. Okay, next, critical path. It is the sequence of activities. అంటే it is a sequence of work done which decides the total project duration. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మీరు మీ కాలేజ్ లోపల మెయిన్ గేట్ దగ్గర నుంచి క్లాస్ రూమ్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి. దెన్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్? వాట్ ఆర్ ద జాబ్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద వర్క్ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్? You are starting from the main gate entrance and you are walking, keep walking and coming to the main building. So that is one activity. From the main building, again you are taking your staircase and again you are going to your classroom. That is second work. From the classroom entrance, you are going, asking permission and going inside the classroom, sitting in your place. That is the third activity. Then what is this critical path here? It is a sequence of activities. ఇందాక మనం ఏం చెప్పుకున్నాం? కాలేజ్ గేట్ దగ్గర నుంచి బిల్డింగ్ వరకు, బిల్డింగ్ దగ్గర నుంచి స్టెప్స్ ఎక్కి మీ క్లాస్ రూమ్ వరకు, క్లాస్ రూమ్లో నుంచి మీ ప్లేస్ వరకు. Now the 3 activities I have done. Now which decides the total project duration? ఇక్కడ ప్రాజెక్ట్ డ్యూరేషన్ అంటే ఎలా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు? ఫ్రమ్ గేట్ టు యువర్ బిల్డింగ్ it takes 1 minute. From your building to upstairs your class, it take half minutes. From your classroom to your bench, it takes quarter minute. So this is the duration, how much time it is taking when you are completing this work. There is a critical path. Next, duration D. Duration means the estimated or actual time required to complete the task. Duration means it is the time taken, it is the time estimation that is required to complete a task or an activity. ఒక పని చేయడానికి కావాల్సిన duration ని we are calling them as a estimated time or a actual time. We are calling them as duration is estimated or actual time. Next, fifth one is total project time. the time to complete the project. In other words, it is the duration of the critical path. Ante kada? So it is the duration of the critical path. So ఇందాక మనం ఇక్కడ చెప్పుకున్నట్టు the duration of the critical path. The total project time is the duration of the total critical path. Next, sixth one, earliest start time. Earliest start time, capital E. It is the earliest possible time at which an activity can start. Right? Earliest start time ante. So whenever you are doing any job, so what is the earliest possible time to start? It is calculated by moving from the first to the last event in the network diagram. So once మీకు నెట్వర్క్ డయాగ్రామ్ చూపించిన తర్వాత దాన్ని మీరు ఒకసారి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే automatically you can do the problems, right? Estimating start time, that is, it is the easiest, earliest possible time at which an activity can start. Once it is started, it is calculating by moving from first point to the end point of the network diagram. Next, latest start time. So earlyగా స్టార్ట్ చేసే టైం ఏంటి, లేట్గా స్టార్ట్ చేసే టైం ఏంటి? సో LI, it is the latest possible time. It is the latest possible time by which an activity can start. Early వేరు, latest వేరు, right? For example, 9 o'clock మీకు మీటింగ్ ఉందనుకుందాం. So you are coming at 8 o'clock. It is the early time. Latest means the last time of the original time, the last time of the actual time. So 9 o'clock is a correct time అనుకుంటే 8:50 or 8:55 is the latest time of coming and attending the meeting. That is one time. Understood? Latest start time ki, earliest start time ki. Next, earliest finish time. Next one is earliest finish time, that is EJ. Here it is the last event time of the head event. It is calculated by moving the backward in the network diagram. So earliest finish time ante enti, whenever the 10 people are completing the work, who is doing the job completely at earliest time. ఎవరైతే ముందుగా చేశారో given work ni, we are calling them as a earliest finish time, right? Next one is latest finish time. Latest finish time. So latest finish time means ఇచ్చిన టైంకి కరెక్ట్గా దాని ముందు ఏదైతే 1 నిమిషం కానీ 5 minutes కానీ 3 minutes కానీ చేస్తారో, that is latest finish time. It is the last event of the time of the head event. It is calculated by moving the backward in the network diagram. Okay, now next term is float or slack. Here the slack is with the reference to an event and float is with the reference to an activity. Slack is with reference to an event and float is with reference to an activity. So event ki reference slack anukunte, activity ki reference float anamata, right? Next, free float. These are the dummy things. Free float means latest finish time, earliest starting time, activity duration అంటాం దాన్ని. ఓకేనా? సో లేటెస్ట్ ఫినిష్ టైం ఏంటి మైనస్ ఎర్లియస్ట్ స్టార్ట్ టైం ఏంటి, రైట్? Next, what is the meaning of network? What is the meaning of a network? Network is a graphical representation. Network means it is a graphical representation of a project, activities arranged in a logical sequence. Arranged how? These are arranged in a logical sequence. Okay, and depicting all the interrelationships among them. This is nothing but a network. Then what are the rules for network construction? Next topic to discuss is what are the rules to be followed whenever you are drawing any network diagram. Okay, now the following are the primary needs of constructing AOA chart diagram, right? So generally they use AOA type of thing whenever you have to construct a network diagram, right? So I think you are very eager to see what is the meaning of network diagram, what is the problem, how you are getting a problem. For example, see here, see this figure, this is your network diagram, right? So the name antunnam, this is an event, right? This is an event and this is a activity, event or activity done. So this is a time estimate. అంటే 1 దగ్గర నుంచి 2 వెళ్ళి కంప్లీట్ అవ్వడానికి టేక్స్ 2 minutes అనుకుందాం. 2 దగ్గర నుంచి 5కి వెళ్ళడానికి 5 minutes పట్టింది. 5 దగ్గర నుంచి 6కి వెళ్ళడానికి 5 minutes పట్టింది. 1 దగ్గర నుంచి 4 వెళ్ళడానికి 8 పట్టింది. 3 పట్టింది. సో 1 to 3కి 3 పట్టింది. 3 to 7కి 3 to 5కి 7 minutes పట్టింది. సో లైక్ దిస్ ఫ్రమ్ 1 to 6 how many ways you are having, right? Critical path 1 2 3 1 2 to 5 to 6 1 to 5 6. Next option ఏంటి 1 3 5 6. Next option ఏంటి 1 4 4 5 5 6. So total how many you are having? You are having 1 1 2 3 types. You are having 3 solutions to move from 1 to 6. అంతే కదా? Now see how what is the critical path here. So 2 minutes plus 4 minutes plus 5 minutes. What's the total here? 11 minutes for the first way. 1 2 3 3 minutes. 3 plus 7 10 plus 5 15 minutes. Second option వచ్చేసి 15 minutes. Next, what is the third option? 8 plus 3 11 11 plus 5 16. So total 16 minutes కి starting నుంచి ending కి వెళ్ళారు. So by seeing these 3 things, which one is the least one? 11th one is optimized and the least one to complete the task. So like this, you are having n number of problems in this PERT and CPM type of things. Okay. Now switch on to the, so every time you are getting this stop disturbances. Okay. Okay, now we are seeing this rules for network construction, right? So we'll see the first rule. What is the rule to be followed? 11, 10, 15, 10, 50, right? 10, 50, 100, 30. Okay. What is the first point here? What is the first rule? The starting event and the ending event of an activity are called tail and head event respectively. ఇందాక మనం చెప్పుకున్నట్టు ద స్టార్టింగ్ పాయింట్ అనుకుంటే ఇది వచ్చేసి ఎండింగ్ పాయింట్ అనుకున్నప్పుడు వాట్ ఎవర్ ద షేప్ అండ్ డైరెక్షన్. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ కమింగ్ ఇన్ డిఫరెంట్ వే అండ్ కంప్లీటింగ్ ఇట్. It is going in a straight line fashion. It is going in this fashion. It's like this. You are having 3 ways of depicting the figure in the question. So what it is saying, the starting event or the ending event of an activity are called as tail and head event అంటాం. So ఇది head అనుకుంటే ఇది tail, or this is a head, this is a tail. So only the thing is doing the work done. So simply we are naming them as a tail and head event respectively. Then what's the second one? The network should have a unique starting node. So any network, if you are doing, it should have a unique starting node. That is a tail event అనేది definitely it should have starting node. Next, third point, the network should have a unique completion node. So starting node ఉందంటే automatically a completion node also should be there. That is a head event. That is a completion is a head event. Okay. Next, no activity should be represented by more than one arrow. Okay, na? Right? No activity should be represented by more than one arrow in the network. So this point I will show whenever you are getting any problems. Okay. Next, fifth point. No two activities should have the same starting point and same ending node. So no two work should have the same starting node and the same ending node. It should be totally different. That is a main rule of doing the work. Sixth one. Dummy activity is an imaginary activity indicated precedence relationship only, but the duration is 0. So whenever you are seeing some problems, in the circling, making a circle and giving the arrow, at that point what they will do, here you are having a dotted type of circle, right? So we don't know when this dummy activity comes in the main project. Here, for this dummy activity, there is no any time calculation. The duration is 0. Okay, it is only the imagine activity indicating the precedence. అంటే ఒక చెప్పుకోవడానికి మాత్రమే. So, if you are shopping, whenever you are going in shopping, so in the middle, you are having a road, and opposite sides you are having the same thing. So that's the point of time. So you can keep the dummy activity. So I'll show you the problems. Next one. The length of the arrow bears no relationship to the activity time. So he's saying that the length of the arrow does not show any relationship to the activity time. Therefore, it should be ignored. Next eighth point. The arrow in the network. The arrow in the network identifies the logical condition of the dependence. So whenever the arrow is showing towards it, it's not only the direction, but that is depending on the precedence concept, right? That is a dependence concept. Next, the direction of the arrow indicates in the direction of the workflow. Okay na? So workflow అనేది ఇలా వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు కానీ ఇలా వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు కానీ ఇలా వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు కానీ whatever it is, the arrow should be shown in this forward direction only. So in any network diagram, so there should not be any reverse arrow. ప్రతి arrow కూడా forward చూపిస్తూ ఉండాలి, right? That is one of the rule. Next one. All networks are constructed logically or based on the principle of dependency. Okay na? All networks are constructed logically. Okay, but the principle is based upon the principle of this dependency. Okay, next 11th point is no event can be reached in the project before the completion of the precedence activity. So whenever the problems are shown, I will show what are this all meanings related to. So here it is saying no event can be reached in the project before the completion of the, అంటే ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ కంప్లీట్ అవడానికి దాని ముందు ప్రాజెక్ట్ కంప్లీట్ అయిన తర్వాతే నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆర్ వెంచర్ షుడ్ స్టార్ట్. దట్ ఇస్ అ పాయింట్ హియర్, రైట్? Every activity in the network should be completed to reach the objective. అంతే కదా? So whatever your company's firm's objective or whatever your industry's objective is there, every day you have to see the placard, right? So that you can motivate yourself, and in the next day you will come for the good work, right? Like that, every activity in the network should be completely completed to reach the objective. Next one. No set of activities should form the circular loop. So whenever you are designing or whenever you are keeping the layout of the process, no set of activities should be formed like a circular loop. So it should be in a different design, but it should not be in the form of a circular loop. Okay, next. So in this network analysis, you are having three types of times. That is the time estimation of an activity. What is the time estimation of activity? We are having three types of estimation. That is the time estimation, optimistic time, pessimistic time, and most likely time. Like this, we're having some of the formulas. We'll discuss this one. So if the T naught is equal to optimistic time, the time estimated for the fast activity completion. T naught is equal to optimistic time. TP is equals to pessimistic time. Pessimistic means maximum time duration of an activity can take. Pessimistic round. Next one is most likely time, TM, and TE is equals to expected time. Expected time of an activity, showing that T naught optimistic time plus pessimistic time plus pessimistic most likely time divided by 6. That is the formula for this expected time. Therefore, the variance of an activity time sigma root 2 to the power to the e, we are writing TP minus T naught divided by 6 to the power of 2, right? So this is the variance of an activity time whenever you are coming across any problem, right? Next one. So like this, there are some rules and regulations, right? There are some managers experience to chat so that we can see favor from this thing, right? Now, you see the new topic, that is introduction to the PERT and CPM. Introduction to the PERT and CPM. These are the two common types of project management techniques which are used very wide, which are used throughout the India and abroad widely, right? The most common and widely used management project management techniques that can be classified under the title of network analysis, right? Or program evaluation and review technique, PERT, and critical path method. But these are the two common and widely used project management technique that can be classified under the types of network. And what are those things? Analysis, program evaluation, review technique, critical path method, and CPM, right? That is CPM means, right, critical path method. That was the second point here. Both were developed in the 1950s. So both the PERT and CPM were developed in the 1950s to help what? To help major schedules, monitor them, controlling them, large complex projects. So in order to solve the complex project for 8 months or 10 months at a stretch, here they will do the process in only 1 month, like that. Understood or not? Right? Here, they are developed in 1950s to help the manager schedule, monitor, control large and complex projects. Next, third point, CPM, critical path method, was first used in 1957 to assist what? The development of the building of chemical plants within the DuPont. DuPont means very big industrial plant in the foreign. We are calling them as a DuPont. Shala, whenever you are seeing the Reliance Industries in India, like this, uh, more than Reliance, DuPont is a corporation where critical path method in the year 1957 has been introduced, right? Next, independently developed. So the next one is a PUT, which is developed independently. PUT was introduced in the year 1958. So PUT ane concept, PUT and network analysis, 1958 lo it was discovered. Here the CPM was discovered in 1957. The PUT was discovered in 1958 following the research within the Special Projects Office and US Navy, right? Next one. It was initially used to plan and control the Polaris missile program, which involves the coordination of thousands of contractors. The use of PUT in this case was reported to have cut 18 months of the overall time of the completion. So, it's small case study. There is the Polaris missile program. Some cut CERT program as well, PERT program has been done. Next, both are based on the use of network or graphical model to depict the work task being selected. So whenever you are doing the real-time patterns, your CPM method, so both are based on the use of the network or graphical representation used to the work task will schedule. The popularity of network-based scheduling can be attributed to its many benefits, like PUT and CPM differ slightly in their terminology. Okay, so here the PUT and CPM differ slightly in their terminology and the network construction. So చూడడానికి similar గా ఉన్న, these are totally separate. However, their objectives are the same, and furthermore, their project analysis techniques are very similar. The major difference in the PUT employs 3-time estimates. So generally, so whenever you are dealing the PUT problems, 3-time estimates available. What are the three-time estimates? So the time estimates are optimistic time, pessimistic time, and most likely time, right? So So the PERT and CPM slightly different terminology. The major difference is the PERT employs 3-time estimates. So the major estimates between the CPM and the PERT is maintaining the time estimates అనేది మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నాం అనమాట. So with this the project has been clicked, right? So the PERT problems has been done. So this is a network diagram what I have shown. Now also I am showing like this a simple estimation we can do. So here if this is the answer question వచ్చేసి you are having a table format. By seeing the table you have to construct this diagram. So when you start the diagram, when you complete this diagram, only for this diagram they will give 3 marks or 4 marks depends upon the weight of the question. So remaining వచ్చేసి simple definitions like what is a critical path, what is your source, etc. Right? The PERT and CPM can always help to answer the following questions for the projects with thousands of activities and events, both at the beginning of the project and once it is underway, right? So with this, we'll stop the class. We will discuss the class in the next session, right? So we are having project completed, the questions, right? The difference between PERT and CPM. So like this, you are having some of the answers that we will discuss tomorrow. So thanks for listening to the class. And if you have any doubts, you can talk to me, right? So the link is forward to the YouTube channel. Later, then from the YouTube channel towards again the thing. So I will forward this information to the WhatsApp group. Later, those who are not coming regularly in the WhatsApp group, please share the link personally to the students, right? So thanks for listening to the class patiently. Have a nice